Welcome back to Adobe Illustrator CC 2021, Classroom in a Book Chapter 3, Using Shapes to Create Artwork for a Postcard. This is part number 3. So in the last one, we had just finished making our incredible leaf, so now we need to make some flowers to go with it. Now flowers are not live shapes, so changing them after the fact is a little bit harder. So really pay attention to the order that you have to play with things. So when you're playing with the stars, arrows up and down remove the arms from the star. Shift constrains it, and Command or Control makes it so we can change the radius, make them longer or shorter. So let's go ahead and figure out how to make a star. We're going to go ahead and go to our toolbar here. We're going to come down here to Star, and we're going to drag out, but do not let go of the mouse. Go ahead and adjust. You can see if you go up or down with your arrow keys. We want to go ahead and have a 4-pointed star. Don't let go yet. So now we're going to go ahead and hit Command or Control. And you can see now you can decide how long those star points are going to be. So I'm going to make mine about that long. I'm going to let go of Control, but not the mouse. All right, and I want to hold Shift, and that will go ahead and turn it right side up. And as soon as I'm happy with it, I'm going to let go of my mouse. I'm going to let go of my Shift key. All right, so now we've got a cute little green star. We need to go ahead and make a center for the star. Now they say to make ones exactly the same. Let's not make one that's exactly the same. Let's go ahead and give it a few more points and things. So I'm going to go ahead with my up arrow and hold my Control and make them skinnier or longer. These are flowers. Make them whatever you want. I'm not going to be too worried. All right, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to hit Shift. Turn it right side up and let go of my mouse. And now I've got my centers for my stars. So it's a little bit different than what the book says, but I think it needs to be something a little bit different. So let's go ahead and change the colors of our stars. So let's go ahead and do a selection tool. We can make that one. It says white, but it's on a white background, so that seems kind of silly. I'm going to go ahead and make mine have a little bit of color. So let's go here and just add a little bit of pink to it. Barely pink. All right, I'm going to do escape, and I'm going to grab this center, and I'm going to make it yellow. So let's do fill and make it, either do colors here. Maybe pink is a little bit too light. So let's go ahead and choose this one instead. Let's go back into fill, go back in my color, and let's turn it up just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to have pink and yellow flowers. Let's go ahead, take our anchor, put this here in the middle, and now I have a flower, kind of. I might make that star just a little bit bigger. All right, happy flower. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select both of those and group them over in my properties panel. So now I've got my flowers. So now I want to go ahead and draw my tabletop. Let's do Control S and save. I don't know what I pushed. Let's do a view, fit artboard and window. And we need to go ahead and draw our tabletop. So we're going to go ahead and grab our line segment, which is now under our star. And our line segment, if you hold Shift, it will make it so we are doing it nice and straight. So let's go ahead and make it about 2 inches long. We're going to go here from the middle. And let's grab our Shift key and drag. So we're about 2 inches long. Seems very, okay, about 2 inches. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drag, let go of my mouse, let go of my Shift. Now with it selected, let's go ahead and grab our selected tool. And we're going to go ahead and change it. We want to, oh, you could have changed it. They told you to draw it vertical, but I don't want to draw it vertical. All right, we're going to go ahead and drag the line by the center point. Move it here in the middle of our bowl. Tuck it up under our bowl right there. And let's change that stroke weight to about 2. So we actually have a tabletop, and choose some type of table color. I don't mind this brown that's in there. Now we want to change the width of what we just created. We want to do it from the center. So we're going to go to the point over one of the ends, and we're going to hit Option or Alt and drag away from the center. And now it's going to make that shift on both ends. Now, because I'm not holding Shift, it's letting me go up and down. So I hold Shift, it'll make it only stretch sideways. And let's go ahead and drag it so it's a little bit bigger or smaller than your bowl. Let's make it a little bit bigger in our bowl. I'm going to let go of mouse, let go of my keys. All right, so let's go ahead and group the bowl and the tabletop together. So selection and drag over. Let's go ahead and group those so they're all one thing. Let's do a Control S and save. So now we're going to actually create some lemons. So we're going to use the image trace function to create some lemons. So our lemon that we're going to be bringing in is actually a raster image, so it's a photo, and we want to make it into a vector. So let's go ahead and do File and Place. It's going to say, what do you want to place? We're going to go here to our lesson 3. We want to find this lemon JPEG and say place. It's going to give us that lemon. Let's go ahead and do this over on the artboard. So I'm going to place it over here. It's kind of big. That's okay. So the next thing we're going to do is zoom out, and we're going to play with the image trace. So we haven't done anything with it. We're going to go Properties and go to Image Trace here, and go ahead and choose Low Fidelity Photo. Now, depending on how big your image is, will depend on how well this is going to work. So the low fidelity photo, you see that for this one, it makes it have a lot of cool contrast and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily match all of the other fruit that we've been creating so far. So we want to try something else. So let's go ahead to the image trace panel, which is right here on the properties panel. It's going to give you a few different options. So instead of low fidelity photo, let's go ahead and make it silhouette. And that's going to make it kind of a gray blob, which you don't necessarily want. We're going to go ahead and fix that. So let's go ahead, and our threshold is going to be set to 206. All right, and hit Tab. Now we want to do this advanced, so bring that open. Let's bring our paths to 20%. Tab. And you see now we're starting to get rid of stuff. Let's take our corners, part 50%. Our noise should be at 100 pixels. And Tab. So we're much happier with it now. Definitely will look like a lemon. It's not yellow yet. That's okay. We go ahead and close that trace panel. Let's go ahead and hit Expand, which means go ahead and turn this into the vector object with paths. I'm going to click out, and you're going to say, but you have this weird black shape. Go ahead and ungroup it. Click, and now we can just delete that one black shape. So now we want to clean up that lemon just a little bit more. So we've gone through, we got rid of the guy, we're going to make it a little bit more simple. So we're going to take our select and select the lemon. And let's go to Object and Path and Simplify. And it's going to say, okay, we want to make it a little bit more smooth. So you can see if you drag the slider, how many details you're going to have for that trace. So we're going to go ahead and, what does it want us to do? Let's do our more options over here and simplify. And what are our options here? We want to drag the simplify curve slider all the way to the right. So we want to go to max. Make sure your preview's on so you can see what's going on. All right, and we want to drag this, go to this let's see. Oh, okay. Now we want to go ahead and drag it. So it says new is 5 points. So you see right in here, we want to change that to 5 points. So you can kind of see how it's changing those elements for us. There we go. Now we're at 5 points. All right, we're pretty happy with it. So let's say okay. We need to go ahead and make it yellow. So let's go ahead and grab a yellow color. Grab over here. Grab some happy yellow. Whoa, that's really yellow. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and scale it. So we gotta make it a little bit smaller. Let's grab the edge here, and let's hold Shift and drag until he's about 1.2 inches. The lemon, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let go of your mouse, let go of your Shift, and go ahead and Control Save. All right, we still have a few more things to do, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this into one more part. We'll see you on the next one.